Have you ever opened your Google Cloud bill and just stared at it, wondering what it all means? Well, you're definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on cloud billing. My goal is to take that confusing black box and turn it into something you can actually understand and, more importantly, control.
Yeah? Does that monthly bill sometimes feel like a surprise party you never, ever wanted? You are not alone. That's the double-edged sword of the cloud, right? It's so flexible, but that can lead to some seriously unpredictable costs, leaving you scratching your head wondering where all the money went. Let's fix that.
So here's our game plan. First, we'll talk about the big challenge with cloud costs. Then, we'll break down the two absolute must-know concepts, billing accounts and payment profiles. After that, we're diving into the actual toolkit you can use to manage everything. We'll see why organization is key, and then we'll wrap it all up with takeaways you can start using like today.
All right, let's start with a little mindset shift. The goal here isn't just to read your bill. It's to start seeing Google Cloud Billing as your co-pilot, a set of tools that helps you manage your entire cloud operation way more effectively.
Because at its heart, cloud billing is so much more than an invoice. It's a whole suite of tools designed to give you visibility and control. Yeah, it tracks what you use, but it's also about managing payments and, this is the best part, actively helping you find ways to spend less.
Okay, so to get a grip on your cloud finances, we have to start with the engine room. There are two core ideas here that you absolutely, positively have to get.
First up, the cloud billing account. Just think of this as the thing that's on the hook for the bill. It's a resource inside Google Cloud, and it answers one simple question. Who is paying for all this stuff we're using?
And then we have the Google Payments profile. Now, this isn't just a Google Cloud thing. It's for your entire Google account. This is where the rubber meets the road. It stores your actual credit cards, your bank accounts, all the legal contact info. It answers the other critical question. How exactly is this bill getting paid?
So here's the core distinction, and it's super important. The billing account is like your company's internal accounting department for the cloud. It tracks who's spending what. The payments profile, that's the company's actual bank account. It's where the money comes from. One defines who pays, the other defines how they pay. Simple as that.
Now, just to make things a little more interesting, not all billing accounts are created equal. They basically come in two main flavors, and the one you have totally changes how you pay.
Let's break it down. Most folks start with a self-service account. That's where payments happen automatically, usually with a credit card, whenever you hit a certain spending amount. Bigger companies, though, they often get invoiced billing. They just get one big invoice each month that they can pay with a check or a wire transfer. Knowing which one you're on is step one to knowing what to expect.
Okay, theory's over. We've got the foundation down. Now let's get into the fun part, the actual tools you can use to see what's going on and start saving some money.
I like to think of this as a three-step journey. First, you just have to see where the money's going. Then, you dig in and analyze the patterns. And finally, you take active steps to optimize. So let's look at the tools for each step.
For step one, just getting visibility, these three are your new best friends. Billing reports give you that high-level view, the pie chart of what's costing you the most. Budgets and alerts are your critical early warning system. You set a limit, and it screams at you when you get close. And anomaly detection, this thing is awesome. It automatically flags any weird, sudden spending spikes that just don't look right.
So when the basic reports just aren't cutting it anymore, it's time to go deep. And the single most powerful way to do that is by exporting all your billing data into BigQuery. This lets you ask super specific questions. Stuff like, how much did our London marketing team spend on databases last Wednesday? It unlocks a whole other universe of detail.
And finally, we get to the really good stuff, active optimization. The FinOps Hub is like having a little cost-saving robot built right in. It just gives you recommendations. And for any of your steady, predictable workloads, committed use discounts, or CUDs, are an absolute game changer. You basically promise to use a certain amount of compute or database power for 1 or 3 years, and you get a massive discount in return. It's a no-brainer.
So, you've got alerts set up, which is great. You get an email when you're about to overspend. But what if you could do more than just get an email? What if you could make your systems react all by themselves? This is where programmatic notifications come in. And trust me, this is where things get really cool. You can set up your budget alerts to trigger automated actions. It could be as simple as sending a message to a Slack channel. Or it could be as powerful as programmatically disabling billing on a project to stop a budget disaster in its tracks. You're going from just watching your costs to automatically controlling them. Now, let's switch gears for a second and talk about structure.
How you organize your projects and folders inside Google Cloud, it's not just about being tidy. It has a direct and, frankly, massive impact on how well you can track and manage your costs.
So let's do a quick flyby of the hierarchy. At the very top, you have the organization. That's your whole company. Inside that, you can use folders to group things, maybe by team or by environment, like production and staging. And then, finally, you have projects. That's where all your actual stuff lives, your virtual machines, your databases, all of it.
And this brings us to one of the most powerful and important ideas to really get. There's a big difference between ownership and payment linkage. Ownership is all about permissions, who's allowed to do what. But who pays for a project? That's a totally separate connection.
So what does this actually mean for you? It means you have incredible flexibility. You could have a project that lives inside your company's main organization for security purposes, but have it be paid for by a billing account from a completely different company. This is absolutely essential for consultants or big companies with really complex internal departments.
Woof! Okay, we have covered a lot of ground. So let's boil this all down into a few key takeaways you can start using right away.
Here's your cheat sheet. Number 1, burn this into your brain. A billing account is who pays, a payments profile is how you pay. Got it? Good. Second, use the toolkit. Seriously, if you do nothing else after this, go set up a budget in an alert. It takes 5 minutes. And third, take an honest look at your resource hierarchy. Does it actually make sense? Does it map to how your business works? A little organization goes a long, long way.
So, there you have it. We've laid out the map, from the basic concepts to the advanced tools. The mystery should be gone, so the only real question left is, what are you going to do with all this newfound clarity? What's the very first cost-saving opportunity you're going to hunt down in your own account?